A temporary victory in Jackson, Mississippi, as a Hinds County judge halts the implementation of a section of a controversial bill that would expand law enforcement in the capital city. Chancery Judge Dewayne Thomas issued a temporary restraining order on House Bill 1020. The bill would expand the jurisdiction of a state-run Capitol Police in Jackson and create a temporary court within a Capitol Complex Improvement District covering a portion of the city. That area is where most whites live in Jackson. Yep, the restraining order will be in place until Wednesday's motion hearing. That motion was won by the NAACP Legal Defense Fund on yesterday. I attended their Equal Justice Awards dinner last night, and Janae Nelson announced that decision at the dinner. Joining us now is Jarvis Dortch, the Executive Director of the Mississippi ACLU. Jarvis, glad to have you here. Again, for folks who don't understand, Republicans in Mississippi, like we're seeing Republicans in Texas, in Florida, in Georgia, and numerous other states, are using their legislative power, meaning controlling the state legislature, to determine what is happening on the local level.
Exactly. I mean, when this bill came out, it was clearly an attempt by certain people in the city to take over power of their neighborhoods, their part of the city. This bill was expansive and covered the most affluent, most white area of the city. These are people that are used to having political power over what happens in the city of Jackson. They don't think they have that power anymore, so they went to the state legislature to get, their own police force, their own judicial system. And even some of these bills that passed this year gave them their own funding for infrastructure.
And again, what I'm trying to get people to understand is that, and we broke the numbers down, this area, this Capitol complex, it's literally where nearly all of the white residents in Jackson lives. And I have yet to hear, and maybe you can share with us, I've actually yet to hear a rationale as to why this is needed.
Well, I mean, the rationale they give is crime, and you can cover just about anything by screaming about crime. And we have had an uptick, especially in murders in Jackson. But
hold on. I had a state official on about that last week, and I get that. But here's the question that no one seems to answer: has there been an uptick in this area or all of Jackson? Because this doesn't cover all of Jackson. It only covers this Capitol complex. So have they shown any data of the crime in this Capitol complex?
No, data isn't something they do at the Mississippi legislature. So no, they have not shown it. And you're right, the Capitol complex started off as an area around downtown, around the Capitol buildings, state office buildings. They've expanded it towards Northeast Jackson, which is the more affluent, more white part of the city. And it's definitely not in the area where we have seen an uptick in crime, and we haven't seen resources put into those areas. Actually, what we've seen with the Capitol Police expanding, we've seen police officers leave Jackson Police Department and go to Capitol Police because they get paid more. So, it's not really even, if your idea is to add more police on the streets, you're not doing that. You're just shifting them down to another place.
And look, if they actually want to impact that, how about this, Republicans? Give more money to the city of Jackson for law enforcement.
Yeah, I mean,
and specify it should be used for salaries.
Exactly. I mean, every time the city of Jackson has asked for funding or assistance, the state has said we're not going to do it, and if we do it, we're going to do it in a way where we have control over it. You actually have people leading this bill saying, well, we don't give money to police departments. A couple of weeks later, they were giving money to the local police departments, millions of dollars to build police stations in Pascagoula, Mississippi, and other parts of the state. And these are people that were on the floor saying, well, we never do that, as an excuse for doing it this way. But we've seen that with the city of Jackson for decades now, where the legislature is like, we're not going to assist you unless we get to control how the money is spent, and that money is being spent in the most inefficient way. It would be much cheaper for the state to say, we're going to help the city hire more police officers, hire more, be able to increase their infrastructure, improve the pay in the city, those things would be much cheaper than creating something, from scratch.
So the hearing is taking place on Wednesday. And so first of all, the LDF was involved in this.
Yes.
So who actually will be leading the legal battle to stop this from happening?
So we're a group of coalition of organizations, the MacArthur Justice Center, which is a justice center at Ole Miss Law School, ACLU Mississippi, the Mississippi Center for Justice, and LDF are all on board with this lawsuit, along with some citizens that live in Jackson that are serving as plaintiffs. And we're going to see next week an attempt to get a more permanent injunction on this bill to stop these new courts from going into effect. All
right, then. We certainly appreciate you joining us, Jarvis, to assist with breaking down this story. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment. When you talk about blackness and what happens in black culture, we're about covering these things that matter to us, speaking to our issues and concerns.
This is a genuine people-powered movement.
There's a lot of stuff that we're not getting. You get it, and you spread the word.
We wish to plead our own cause. Too long have others spoken for us. We cannot tell our own story if we can't pay for it. This is about covering us. Invest in black-owned media. Your dollars matter. We don't have to keep asking them to cover our stuff. So please support us in what we do, folks. We want to hit 2,000 people, $50 this month, raise $100,000. We're behind 100,000, so we want to hit that. Y'all money makes this possible. Check some money orders. Go to P.O. Box 57196, Washington, D.C. 20037-0196. The Cash App is $RM Unfiltered. PayPal is R Martin Unfiltered. Venmo is RM Unfiltered. Zelle is Roland@RolandSMartin.com.